Choosing and storing raw meat safely before grilling is very important to prevent food poisoning and enjoy your barbecue season. Here are some tips to follow. When shopping, buy cold food like meat and poultry last, right before checking out. Separate them from other food in your shopping cart and grocery bags. Put packages of raw meat and poultry into plastic bags to avoid cross-contamination. Plan to drive directly home from the grocery store. You may want to take a cooler with ice for perishables. Always refrigerate perishable food within 2 hours. Refrigerate within 1 hour when the temperature is above 90 degrees Fahrenheit. At home, place meat and poultry in the refrigerator immediately. Freeze poultry and ground meat that won't be used in 1 or 2 days, freeze other meat within 4 to 5 days. Completely thaw meat and poultry before grilling so it cooks more evenly. Use the refrigerator for slow, safe thawing or thaw-sealed packages in cold water. You can microwave to defrost if the food will be placed immediately on the grill. Always marinate meat and poultry in the refrigerator, not on the counter. If some of the marinade is to be used as a sauce on the cooked food, reserve a portion of the marinade before putting raw meat and poultry in it. Boil the used marinade if you want to brush it on the meat or poultry while it's grilling. When carrying food to another location, keep it cold to minimize bacterial growth. Use an insulated cooler with sufficient ice or ice packs to keep the food at 40 degrees Fahrenheit or below. Pack food right from the refrigerator into the cooler immediately before leaving home. Keep meat and poultry refrigerated until ready to use. Only take out the meat and poultry that will immediately be placed on the grill. By following these simple steps, you can ensure that your raw meat is safe and ready for grilling. Enjoy your barbecue season. After enjoying a delicious barbecue meal, you may wonder what to do with the leftovers and the waste. Here are some tips to help you handle them safely and properly. First, let's talk about the food leftovers. You don't want to waste them, but you also don't want to risk getting food poisoning. The key is to refrigerate or freeze them promptly. According to NSF, you should refrigerate or freeze leftovers within 2 hours of preparation, or 1 hour on hot days over 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Any perishable food sitting out at room temperature for longer than 2 hours should be discarded. To speed up the cooling process, you can separate large quantities of leftovers into smaller containers. It is okay to place hot leftovers directly into a properly operating refrigerator, provided large quantities have been divided into shallow containers for quicker cooling. Leave hot foods partially uncovered while cooling, and then cover them completely once they reach 40 degrees Fahrenheit or freeze. When reheating leftovers, make sure the internal temperature of the food item reaches at least 165 degrees Fahrenheit before eating it. If using a microwave, stir the food periodically to help promote even reheating. Leftovers that were frozen can be thawed in the refrigerator for reheating later. You can also use a microwave to thaw frozen leftovers if the food will be consumed right away. Properly handled leftovers can usually be kept in the refrigerator for 3 to 4 days. If not eaten within that time, they should be disposed of. Now, let's move on to the waste from grilling. This includes charcoal ash, spent hickory chips, and any other materials used for grilling. Before you dump them out, make sure they are completely cool and extinguished. Ash can still be hot and pose a fire hazard even after several hours. There are several options for disposing of charcoal waste. You can compost it, recycle it, or simply throw it away in a trash bag. However, there are some things you should not do with charcoal waste. Do not dispose of it in a plastic bag without cooling it first. The hot ash can melt the bag and create a mess. Do not dump it in water. The ash can contaminate the water and harm aquatic life. Do not use it for indoor heating. The charcoal can produce carbon monoxide, which is a deadly gas that can cause poisoning. Do not use it as a DIY insect repellent. The charcoal can irritate your skin and eyes, and may not be effective against insects. If you want to reuse charcoal waste for other purposes, Here are some creative ideas. You can use it as a dehumidifying tool. Charcoal works wonders at absorbing moisture and odors, making it an excellent tool for dehumidifying your home. Simply place a few pieces of charcoal in a bowl or small basket in the area you want to dehumidify, and let it sit for a few days. You can use it as an odor absorber. Similar to its dehumidifying properties, charcoal can also act as a natural odor absorber. Place a few pieces of charcoal in a fabric bag or old pantyhose and hang it where there are unwanted scents, like a closet, fridge, or car. You can use it as a soil enhancer. Charcoal can improve the drainage and fertility of your soil by adding carbon and nutrients. You can crush the charcoal into small pieces and mix it with your potting soil or compost. You can use it as an artistic medium. Charcoal can be used for drawing and sketching on paper or canvas. You can sharpen the charcoal pieces into pencils or use them as they are for different effects. You can use it as an emergency water filter. Charcoal can remove some impurities and chemicals from water by absorbing them onto its surface. You can make a simple water filter by placing some charcoal pieces in a coffee filter or cheesecloth and pouring water through it. As you can see, there are many ways to handle leftovers and dispose of waste properly after grilling. By following these tips, you can avoid food poisoning and enjoy your grill safely and responsibly.